Hey, we'd like to take a minute to thank our sponsor, Isotope, makers of software and plugins for audio repair, mixing, and mastering. We use Isotope products here at the High Gain. It's an important part of how we've been able to bottle pure podcast gold week after week. And guess what? Isotope offers 1 free month of Music Production Suite Pro, which has all the tools you need to mix, master, and repair audio. Also, you can get 10% off all other software using the promo code FRET10. That's FRET10. All of this is at isotope.com, IZOTOPE.com.
Hey, this is Ed Peterson.
And this is John Kieltyka.
This is the High Gain Podcast.
Yep, totally High Gain.
Yep, what are we going to talk about today, John?
The Wheedlies.
Yeah, we're going to talk about guitars?
Yeah, totally.
That's great. Some metal-y stuff?
Yeah, total metal.
That's good. Where are we recording from today, John?
Beautiful West Seattle, Washington.
Oh, we're mixing it up and heading to West Seattle.
Yeah.
That's great.
Like we do every week.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Today should be pretty fun.
I think so.
I'm ready to, get shreddy.
Totally shreddy.
Yeah, what about you?
Well, I don't do the shreddy, but I know you do, Ed.
Yeah.
So we've got a guitar here from Ed's shreddy days.
Yeah. You want me to do something?
Wow, Ed.
I've never played on the show before, so I figured I should just, let people hear what I'm all about.
I didn't know you could play like that.
I can't.
That's why our good friend Dan is here. Hey, Dan.
What's up?
Yeah. In preparing for this Wheedly metal episode, we had to get a stunt guitarist.
Yep. I can't really do the Wheedly stuff.
I went to school for the Wheedleys.
Yeah.
Did you?
I did actually.
Did you?
I did actually. I went to Wheedley school in LA at exactly the wrong moment in time, 93,
Right?
94.
Oh.
Yes.
When the world was turning away from the Wheedleys.
That's
Yep.
great.
Yep, the world had turned against us.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
Do you have to submit like a tape or something to
Yeah,
get,
you have to submit an audition tape and
Yeah.
I was 16 or 17 when I submitted my audition tape. I got in early and then decided to take a year off before I went. So I graduated high school in 91. March of 93 is when I started and graduated in March of 94.
Hey, Dan, do you have a beverage?
I do have a beverage.
I got us all from Fonte Coffee Roaster here in Seattle. Nitro. These are cold brew coffee in a can.
Not like those Starbucks thingies in the bottles.
Exactly. Hey, what kind of guitar is that?
This is a Washburn N4.
Yeah?
It is the Nuno Betancourt signature model, Nuno being one of the biggest influences on me as a guitar player.
You know Nuno, Ed, from Extreme.
Yeah.
Every rose has its thorn.
It could be. It very well could be.
We haven't done a Washburn.
We have not done a Washburn.
No. It's got a funny headstock on it.
Backwards.
It looks like a Strat.
It's a little thinner than a normal Strat. It's got a little bit of the belly cut, it's called.
Yep, yep.
Um,
Show them where the neck meets the body.
What does that thing even do? I guess it lets you get back higher on the
Yep.
neck.
it does.
That
Yeah.
is the Stevens Extended Cutaway. Yeah, the guy's name was Stephen Davies.
Steve Stevens. You know about Steve Stevens?
Ralph Macchio?
Oh, right. Crossroads.
That's Steve Vai. You guys.
Oh, Steve.
I love that Karate Kid lick.
What's your favorite Wheedly lick, Ed? Maybe Dan knows it.
Probably something from Van Halen. That, yeah. I started playing guitar right at the time I realized, people could be really shitty at guitar and, not actually have to play.
Yeah.
And I've never sort of gone above that level.
This is me shaking my fist at the sky in 94 after spending 8 hours a day practicing my shit and then realizing, nobody cares.
I can't do much of that stuff. I don't really use my pinky. You could cut my pinkies off, both of them. You could cut both my pinkies off, and my guitar playing would not be affected at all.
Yeah, I don't think mine would either.
Yeah.
So what do you know about Washburn the company?
Old company.
Crazy. They like to say, hey, we've been around for 5,000 years, non-interrupted. It's not entirely the case.
Yeah.
5,000 years.
Yes.
That's what they like to say.
That's what they like to say.
This Fonte coffee is pretty good.
Is it?
It's pretty good, yeah.
I'm going to be playing a lot faster by the time I get to the end of this.
Every morning, Vicky, my lovely wife, puts a pot of coffee on, and she has like a cup of coffee. And then I take a cup of coffee into the shower, and I have like my shower coffee. And then by the time I'm out the door, I've drank an entire pot of coffee. And today was no exception. And then I went to this thing, and I am going to be fucking shaky as hell in a little bit here.
Yep.
I can already feel it.
It feels great.
Yeah.
You have to just match it with a beer.
Or, some barbiturates or something.
There you go.
Sure.
Back at Washburn.
George Lyon and Pat Healy.
Oh.
They had a company called Lyon and Healy. So it's George and Pat. Back in the day in 1864 in Chicago.
Sure.
1864. The U.S. was not doing great.
It was the beginning of the bicycle craze in the United States.
Do you mean the one where it's like got the massive wheel in front and the little tiny wheel behind it?
Sure.
Yes?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So what were they doing in 1864? They were publishing sheet music. Back in the day, it was, let's get some music and play it live for each other using this here sheet music. Very popular. The Stephen Foster.
The way that those songwriters got paid was literally still in the books until like a week and a half ago.
Did they change some law or something?
Yeah, the Music Copyright Act or something. They changed the structure of how music publishers and musicians get paid. It's actually a really good thing.
Will people get paid
More
longer?
More long time. Spotify's going to have to pay everybody a lot more money.
That's good. I wonder what that's going to do to Spotify if they're going to start charging people more, the bastards.
Yeah.
Because you know what they're not going to do?
What?
Pay their CEO less.
They're Swedish. Social democracy, maybe they'll say, yes, artists should get paid more. Okay.
Yeah, well, we could dream.
Sure.
Artists should get paid more.
Yeah.
It's like the punchline to any joke.
Yeah.
And then they said, the artists should get paid more.
Okay.
So it's 1864, Civil War.
Reed organs.
Reed organs, are those the pump organ things?
Yeah.
Those are the little foot pumpers.
You pump them with your feet while you're out on the battlefield fighting in the Civil War.
Right. We call those the foot pumpers.
1880.
Okay, we're fast forwarding.
We need to go full on into guitars.
Great.
Fuck the music publishing. 1883. Washburn Guitars is founded. Our man George W. Lyon.
Yeah.
The W in his name.
Washington.
William. Wallace.
Wishes.
George Wishes Lyon? Wait, was it Washburn?
That middle name has a beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Washburn is born 1883.
What's George up to these days?
What's George up to these days? He's not doing anything.
What's the other dude? Healy?
Yeah.
Jimmy Healy?
Pat
Healy.
Patrick J. Healy. Patty.
The blind guitar player? No, it was Jeff. Jeff Healy. Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, our man George Lyon left us in 1894, that is.
Okay.
And his buddy Pat,
Yeah.
1905.
Oh, man.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Nothing. Were these guys guitar players? Could they play?
I don't know. Play us something they would have played in 1890, Dan.
Yeah.
They played very slowly back then. All the notes hadn't been invented. I think they had like 5.5 notes.
I wouldn't have picked up on that.
That's right.
Great. They did launch a fuller line. Guitars, mandolins, banjos, zithers.
The zither.
Sure.
They were doing all kinds of wacky stuff. They were outsourcing.
To China.
No.
Vietnam.
Ohio.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, they changed their designs a lot. They repaired other people's stuff and then put their name on it. They decorated instruments as a side deal. Yeah.
Metal break. Okay, so it's
1889.
Okay, now we're up to 1889.
George hangs it up.
Fuck this.
Yeah. So he leaves it to Pat. Hey, Pat, I'm retiring. You take it.
Okay.
Pat takes
Right.
it and expands it. Larger factory. We got to do more of this shit our own damn selves.
Still in Chicago.
Yep.
Great.
They improved mass production techniques. And by 1892,
Yeah.
they actually had a catalog. That catalog at the time claimed It's the 1800s. People make shit up all the time.
Sure, why not?
Claimed that they made 100,000 instruments per year.
Why would they lie?
They were prescribed cocaine a lot.
Okay, 100,000, great.
And you know what Pat's doing when he's not doing that?
Banging George's wife. Can you play just like a D chord? Do you even know what that is? Okay.
1912, they introduced a Washburn jumbo guitar.
We're coming out of the Civil War. We're going into World War I.
Jumbo is not jumbo as we consider it today.
Okay, big boy.
Back then, all the guitars were those little parlor things.
Sure, and the
So,
people were littler.
This jumbo they introduced is actually a dreadnought sized.
Big boy.
It is considered,
Yeah.
by some, the first dreadnought-shaped guitar ever made.
Washburn.
The 20s,
1920s.
yeah, they've got stiff competition.
Okay.
Gramophones.
Gramophones is one thing that's happening.
Okay.
And actual film.
Oh, sure.
You know, Edison with his little cranking through, putting the nickel in and watching some dude do something.
What's Edison up to these
What's
days?
Edison up to? He's doing stuff
Is he?
from beyond. You know about the Edison elephant deal?
Took an elephant and electrocuted it. Whoa. That guitar's got a Floyd Rose on it.
It does.
A Floyd banger.
They didn't always have the Floyd Rose, though, right?
The ones that are accurate to his guitar all have the Floyd. There is an N2 that has a hardtail.
Please. So it's 1920.
So they have to try a little harder to keep
Okay.
up. What kind of effort do they put into this? As it turns out, none.
Okay.
In 1928, they sell the guitar business to a wholesaler called Stewart, who then sells it again to Regal. Regal Dobros.
Oh, okay.
Those cats.
Okay.
All those
Sure.
bluesy with the metal pans on them.
John is doing a lot of shit with his hands.
Yeah.
To
Woo!
like, he's making guitar shapes. Great. Dobros.
What does Regal do with Washburn? Apparently fucks it up. By the early 1940s, Washburn's essentially dead.
Keep going.
We need a palate cleanser.
Right.
This is Dan with his band Late September Dogs.
It's a Parker guitar on that recording.
Yeah, you
actually.
hear
A
that?
Parker Fly.
Yep.
What do you think of that, Ed?
I think this is not what I thought it would sound like. Is this what Late September Dog sounds
It
like?
is.
This is not what I was expecting at all. Who's the singer?
My sister, Liz Tyson.
Crazy. Why isn't she here?
I get that a lot. Why isn't she here? Where's your sister? Yeah.
What do you think of that?
That's great.
That's pretty good.
That is great. All right. Washburn is dead.
They're dead. Nobody knows shit. That's
No.
the early 1940s. Is that the end of the story?
Probably.
No.
Okay.
Wow.
We do
Yeah.
have to skip forward to pick it back up.
Okay, let's do it.
We got to skip forward to 1972.
Wow. Deep Purple.
Is
Smoke on the Water. That's when our boys at Fender decide they need a guitar with humbuckers in it. Was 1972.
That's right. Everybody was going Marshall Stack Les Paul style.
Yep.
So Fender
Yep.
was like, man, we
Yep.
need something with humbuckers in it.
Yep.
Let's make a Telecaster Deluxe.
It's a bullshit.
Yeah, it's
fucking
awesome is what
bullshit.
it is.
No, terrible. Terrible.
Tom and Judy. You know Tom and Judy.
Nope.
The Beckmans?
Nope.
Yeah, Tom and Judy Beckman.
Nope.
Nice couple.
Nope.
They decide to launch Beckman Musical Instruments,
Okay.
a wholesaler.
Okay. In 72.
In 72, in Los Angeles. They bring back the Washburn name in 74.
The name was literally gone. Like Washburn as a company was gone for 50 years.
32. Yeah, it was dead.
Wow,
Fucking the shit was
that's
dead.
crazy.
So why is that? You might wonder that Tom and Judy can just go ahead and pick that shit back up.
Okay.
Nobody ever trademarked it or copyrighted it or protected it. So the Washburn name,
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
it's like, hey, man, you want it?
Yeah.
Take it. And this is why it's so weird for Washburn to say, we have been in business since 1883. It's like,
Right.
yeah, if you want to put it that way.
Have you, though?
Except for those 32 years where nobody's doing shit.
Right.
And some two random people in Los Angeles just started it back up. It's mostly import. They're having shit made, importing it from like Japan, slapping the Washburn name on it.
Great.
So that's what's happening there.
Great.
Great. How long does that last for them? 77.
Whoa. Then what happened?
Star Wars came out.
Good job, Dan.
Oh,
77. That's the only significant thing that happened in 77.
Okay.
they sell. Rudy Slacker, instrument repair guy. He came over from Germany, got his start in Chicago.
Where they used to sell music paper.
So Schlacker
Yeah.
convinces Tom and Judy to sell him the Washburn name.
Just the name.
How many $1977 do you think the Washburn name cost?
$62,000.
$1,977.
Wow. $50,000? 40. 30.
$13,000. $13,1977.
Sure.
Wow. Were there Washburn guitars that are classic Washburn guitars from the 70s?
Tom and Judy only started up in 72 and began importing in 74. Yeah, while he was at it, Rudy, because he's German,
Yeah.
he picks up Oscar Schmidt auto harps.
Okay. Big name in auto harps.
Yeah.
The best.
Rudy gets to work.
Yeah, he does.
Rudy's like, what's one thing Washburn never did?
Tanks.
Electric guitars.
Electric guitars.
Oh.
And tanks. So Rudy's like, okay, let's do electric guitars. 78, that's what he does.
Oh.
He starts out with the Wing series.
Oh, so there was no electric. Even in the 70s? 13 grand for a bunch of acoustic bullshit grandpa guitars? Fuck this.
Okay, electric. So 78 to 84, he's making the Wing series models.
Like Paul McCartney in Wings?
Yeah.
Is this true?
It is not true.
1978.
Yeah, 78.
Great.
Of course, this is Europe, the final countdown.
yeah.
This is kind of the beginning of the butt rock, glam, whatever. They're Swedish.
Is that why you put it on here?
That is exactly why.
It's fucking terrible.
A friend of mine's band was covering that song on stage, and his keyboard went out right as they were starting the song. The time came, and he just walked up and went,
Yeah.
I like that song even more now
Yeah.
because of that.
Great.
Allegedly, Washburn, at this point, becomes the first company to implement an endorsement program.
oh.
Okay.
Sweep the leg, Johnny. Now we're up to 89.
Yeah.
Enter our man Nuno Betancourt,
Oh.
for whom this guitar is named.
Yep.
His band Extreme. Do you know
Okay.
Extreme?
They're not the band that had the like brothers, the twin. Who's that?
Nelson.
Is this Nelson?
It is.
Why do you have this on here?
You know Ozzie and Harriet Nelson, the 1950s TV show?
No.
Ozzie and Harriet Nelson were big celebrities. And then Ricky Nelson's kids,
Or Nelson.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What are they up to?
they're doing stuff.
Yeah.
Cash and royalty checks.
Or do you mean Ozzie and Harriet?
Oh.
Anyway, our guy, Mr. Nuno Extreme,
Okay.
here's what he's doing. Their debut album.
Lay it on me. Whoa.
Hear that cowbell?
That's great. Yeah.
What do you think
Yeah.
of that, Ed?
That's pretty Nuno Betancourty.
It must have hit big. Dan, can you confirm that?
The first record was pretty good. They had a song on the Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure soundtrack.
Oh.
When Beethoven is playing in the mall. It's the solo from the song Play With Me off that first record.
1990 is when this guitar comes out.
Oh.
He gets a signature model from Washburn in 1990.
From that first record, guitar players went bonkers. Because there's a funk element to it. Then there's this sort of neoclassical thing, and he had a lot of Van Halen in his playing. And it was really a new thing because it was kind of aggressive. There wasn't a lot of chorusing on his guitar. There was a lot of kind of dry tone to
Right.
it, and it was still big.
1990, Tim Berners-Lee. You know that guy? The internet.
Didn't Berners-Lee win a Grammy for the internet?
Maybe.
You know what else happened in 1990?
I don't know what.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, they did.
The movie or the
movie?
the comic?
The first movie.
At that time, that movie, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, was the highest grossing independent film in history. Also, in 1990, Miami Vice ends.
Oh.
Yeah.
End of an era.
End of an era.
Yeah.
Michael Mann. He directed the Miami Vice movie.
Nice.
He also directed the TV show.
Did he? What's he doing?
Oh, he's doing all kinds of stuff. You do not ring that bell, not for Michael Mann.
I'm not ringing the man bell.
You can ring it for Tony Scott. The The superior Scott.
Oh, we're gonna have a fight. We're gonna have a fight. Gladiator.
That movie won Best Picture, and that's just fucking bullshit.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius.
I'm Bill. This is Ted. We're from the future.
So in 91, when they made that guitar, did it have all the features on it that yours has?
This is a reissue. This is a 2009, but it's the same. It's essentially the same guitar.
There's a metal piece on the back, like kind of bolting it down, and
The Stevens extended cutaway was developed by Stephen Davies, Seattle luthier. He had a shop over on Westlake by where the Guitar Center is now.
no shit.
Yeah, he invented that.
Did you look into the Bill Lawrence pickup?
Are those stock pickups?
Originally in 87, when he was starting to do the record, he had a Bill Lawrence in his guitar, and Bill Lawrence went out of business. So when he did the signature model, he said it's got to have Bill Lawrence pickups in it. And the demand for the guitar was so big that it put Bill Lawrence back in business.
That's great.
Based on the success of this guitar made in the USA, Rudy says we should make more shit in the US. So that's what he does. 91 US manufacturing starts. Higher end, short run instruments.
Where were they making them?
Ohio, some of them, Chicago, others. And they must have gotten to the dudes at the Chicago Tribune.
Fake news.
Quote, among the top 3 guitar manufacturers in the world, behind only Fender and Gibson.
Okay.
1991, really?
Sure.
Maybe they're making that claim based on scale. They're making so many.
Yeah.
Between then and now, a few things happen. One of them is they're sending manufacturing to China, Korea, Indonesia, Japan.
I'm looking at that guitar.
Yeah.
Is that just wear on the neck?
I think some of them come a little weathered, a little relic.
it
But it is almost 10 years old.
It's kind of hard to tell if that's wear or if it was just made with kind of that coloration to it.
It's not a highly polished neck.
Right. Yeah, the guitar, we'll post some pictures. It's metally, but it's not pointy metal.
It's heavy rock. They wound up doing Dimebag's guitar.
They did.
That's pointy metal guitar.
Oh, Dimebag.
That's for Dimebag.
Yeah. That's a bummer.
2002?
Yeah.
With all these endorsers and all this stuff
Sure.
going on, they actually do something weird in the world of buying and selling companies.
Yeah.
A reverse merger. U.S. Music Corporation.
U.S. Music Corp, that's it.
They acquire them
Okay.
and take their name.
Oh.
They move the headquarters to Mundelein, Illinois,
Yep.
which happened to be the same location where Washburn's custom shop work was being done.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
Maybe it made sense.
Who knows?
I don't know. At this point, they're doing all kinds of different models. I got dizzy.
It's amazing to me how few guitar companies are the original company. It's just this cascading. This guy buys them, and then they sell to this guy, and then they're merged with that guy, and it's just fuck you guys.
I think I agree with you. I'm not interested in that for its own sake, except where it informs good or bad decisions.
Yeah.
When Rudy took over,
Right.
he was like, let's manufacture in the U.S.
Yeah, and make some electrics. Cool.
Other companies made some really bad decisions.
Totally. Let's sell Fender to CBS because they're known for music manufacturing. What the fuck, guys? Like, stop it.
Yeah.
U.S. Music buys Parker.
What happened to U.S. Music Corp eventually? Sold to Jam Industries.
Oh, right.
Fucking Canadians. Ryan Reynolds, he's Canadian. Bill Murray, he's Canadian, right?
Dan Aykroyd's Canadian.
Cool.
The Canadians take over in 2009.
2009 is when Nuno joins Rihanna's band
Oh.
as the lead guitar player in
Didn't he
Rihanna's
also do
band.
some work with Janet Jackson?
Supposedly, he is the guitar solo or the main riff on her song Black Cat.
I know that song.
There it is.
Nice.
All right.
What's the band up to? What's
Oh,
Late
man.
September Dogs doing?
So, about 5 years ago, and it really is 5 years. It'll be 5 years here very soon. We decided, it'd be cool to take some of our songs and record them acoustically and bring in a string section. That would be kind of a cool thing to do. That turned into, let's do an entire record with an orchestra. And so
Wow.
5 years ago, we started on this mission of doing this record, and we did a couple successful crowdfunding rounds, and we got a string section and a horn section and a choir, and we did all this arrangement. And so we've got 11 songs in the 92 to 94% finished area, and it's taken a long time, and I don't recommend it to anybody. Like, unless you're Metallica, don't try to do a record with an orchestra. It's expensive, and it's a long process, and every one of those amazing musicians that we got to work with, they get paid because they're amazing, and so like it's an expensive proposition, and it's been a long process, and we're almost there.
Wow, that sounds like a large undertaking.
It was.
For sure.
Hopefully, we'll do a record release party where we get the orchestra and we can.
Wow.
We want to try to do it. So.
Meanwhile, you guys continue to play gigs?
Yeah, we're playing gigs. We're writing. We're doing a lot of stuff.
You guys have social media presence, website, all that?
We do, yeah. LateSeptemberDogs.com, and then we have a record from 2006, and then a record from 2010. We're on Amazon and CD Baby and Spotify and all that stuff. Late September Dogs. There is a Late September Dogs from Germany. We've been aggregated into their Google Play and in Spotify and in Apple Music.
Classic German.
Yeah.
That's a total classic German move.
Just steamrolling.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
It would be great if the band is just nothing like you guys.
They're not.
Like,
They're
that's
not.
great. That is great. Man, this sounds so much different than...
it's very different.
Yeah, that's great. All right.
Ed,
Yes.
we went through this.
Yes.
You were a little confused in spots.
I don't think so.
How do you feel about the Washburn timeline now?
The Washburn timeline. It is surprisingly similar to a lot of other bullshit guitar companies out there. The only thing I don't think they did a lot of is like, oh, let's make a plant in Akron, and then let's move it to Alabama, and then let's move it to California,
Right. And move it to
then go back
Mexico,
to
and-
yeah,
yeah,
like
yeah.
they didn't do as much of that. Like they
Yeah.
were kind of stationary, but outside of that, pretty classic bullshit multinational guitar garbage.
Okay, so we ready to get out of here, Ed?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm done.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, this has been the High Game.
Yep, you
You
can
know.
listen to the High Game podcast.
Yeah.
Special thanks to Dan Tyson, stunt guitarist.
Yeah. I totally could have done that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
totally could have played like that.
But, we got to keep your hands fresh and dainty.
Exactly.
Yeah, we can't be doing that.
Exactly. So, like, I don't know. We don't need to hit them with the download us on Spotify.
Yeah,
and
we're
shit
glad
like
you
that.
stopped by. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Leave a fucking review.
Yeah.
You shitbags.